Ya Ali Madad. Otherwise, Rai Abu Ali Missionary, wise number 428.
14th of April 1998. Some questions from a student have been answered. Quite interesting. Yali Madad.
विद्यार्थीहरू पकड़ाते અને પૂરો इंची अंदर जो क्वेश्चन है ये अंक पूछा कराती मैं के लगे कोई भी क्वेश्चन है कि कंफर्टेबल न तो लगे तो हमको चूजा तो पहा ini we go on to another question okay अंक इंग्लिश में पूछा करा कच्ची में इंग्लिश अच्छा कच्ची में बोलो तो there's no problem कारण कि लोग करते हैं ना how is health understood in our culture पंच कल्चर में health कैसे understand करूँगा
Well, you know that we are originally from India. Prior to our settlement in Africa, about 150 years ago, we came from India, or say Pakistan, because in those days India and Pakistan is the subcontinent. In our Indian culture, health is very important factor in our lives. The food was very simple in those days, and culturally it was so arranged and balanced that even during the celebrations like marriage or the religious celebrations, they used to understand whether this thing is suitable for the masses or the eaters or not. But one drawback in that cultural food was that we used to eat too much ghee or butter. And in those days it was quite alright because people were exerting their physical strength.
light.
Oh yeah. So then again, they knew what mixture of food could be suitable for human consumption. I give you, for instance, an example that the elders used to say that if you have eaten fish, do not consume anything made of milk or yogurt within 1 hour before or after. And it was a really very wise thing. Then again, if you have eaten any vinegar or say lemon or something like that, the yogurt and the preparations of milk will not go. In those days, people used to eat in the morning, in the midday, and at night very simple food. Most of the people, elderly people, they used to eat khichdi and milk. It was very simple food and also good for the tummy, because next morning they used to get easy evacuation of the bowels. So food was simple, not much spicy, except the youngsters, they used to have some kind of achar or athno or pickles, what we say. We had some drawbacks also in our food for the, as I said, that people used to eat too much and they had common sickness and disease of the digestion tract. But otherwise, in Indian culture, food is very important factor. And in olden days when the food was simple and our food did not get anything extra of the Western style, at that time they lived longer and healthier. But then gradually, as the spices and foreign foods were also like fast food and this or that added to our diet, then the common disease like diarrhea, indigestion, headache, and all sorts of such things happened. But culturally, as I said, Indian food was very simple and good. Now the situation has changed.
Do you link health with nutrition only?
No better. Exercise is very important. As much as food is important for man's life, that much the exertion of the physical body, exercise, walking, it is very important. And in Indian way of life in those days, and Indians who lived in Africa during last 1.5 century, they used to give importance to exercise also. And I personally believe that without exercise, even good food will not give you that much results and benefits that is maybe possible.
Do you think there is a difference between mental health and physical health?
I don't think, because mental health depends on physical health. It is the blood which is the important factor. And but even good blood, if the circulation of blood is not to the brain as much it is necessary and needed, then in spite of physical good health, the mental health deteriorates. And mental health depends on physical health. So both are together. And with exercise, circulation of blood becomes normal and health improves. Mental health is very necessary. But again, I have found during my lifetime that there are certain type of foods that are good for our mental health, and certain type of foods are injurious to our mental health. For instance, I tell you, the nuts, dry fruit, and fresh vegetable, cheese, yogurt, they are not only good for our physical health, but also equally good for the mental health. And the injurious side is too much spicy and hot and chili type of foods are not only injurious and bad for our physical health, but also it affects the mind and mental health.
Can you give us an example of how you dealt with minor sicknesses, like sometimes you get flu, cold, cough? How would you deal with that?
Everything in nature has a cause and its reaction. In our body, Allah has created in such a good manner that all arrangements are there to cure our minor diseases, sickness or illness. In our body there is a natural resistance to disease. When it weakens due to our bad habits, for instance smoking, drinking, too much spicy food, overeating, no exercise, then the defenses become weak and bacteria, they start invading certain important organs like liver.